Felix the fox was no ordinary creature of the forest. While his friends played and hunted, Felix would often be found gazing longingly at the blue sky above, his bright eyes following the fluttering wings of birds as they soared and dipped through the air. With every beat of their wings, Felix felt his heart leap. More than anything, he wished he could leave the ground behind and fly among the clouds. One breezy afternoon, Felix watched a flock of sparrows twist and turn effortlessly in the sky. Their freedom seemed magical, and he wondered, why were foxes born without wings? An idea began to bloom in Felix's curious mind. If birds could fly with wings, perhaps he could find a way too. Determined, Felix gathered the biggest, greenest leaves he could find in the forest. He tied them to his forelegs with strands of grass, fashioning his own pair of leafy wings. His tail flicked with excitement as he climbed onto a tall, mossy rock. He looked out at the world below, feeling the wind ruffle his fur. With a deep breath, Felix spread his leafy arms wide and leapt from the rock, hoping the air would catch him. For a moment, Felix felt weightless, as if the sky itself was welcoming him. But in the next instant, gravity had other plans. With a flurry of leaves and a startled yelp, Felix tumbled through the air and landed, whoosh! Right in the middle of a prickly bush. The leaves fluttered to the ground around him, and Felix poked his head out, his fur full of twigs, and his pride a little bruised. As he pulled himself free, a gentle chirping caught his attention. A small sparrow perched on a branch above him, her feathers shining in the sunlight. She cocked her head and asked, "Are you all right, Felix?" Felix dusted himself off and sighed. "I wanted so badly to fly like you, but I guess foxes just aren't made for the sky." The sparrow hopped closer, her eyes twinkling with kindness. "But Felix, you can run faster than the wind itself. Sometimes I watch you dart through the trees, your paws barely touching the ground. That's your kind of flying." Felix paused, thinking about all the times he'd raced through the forest, feeling the rush of the breeze in his fur and the thrill of speed in his heart. Maybe, in his own way, he had already been flying all along. With a new spark of joy, Felix grinned at the sparrow. "Thank you," he said. "Maybe I don't need wings to feel free." He lowered himself into a runner's crouch, his muscles coiling with energy. Then, with a burst of speed, Felix dashed through the trees, weaving between trunks and leaping over roots. The wind howled past his ears, and for a moment, he felt as if he were soaring just like the birds above. As the sun dipped behind the trees, Felix realized something important. Everyone, whether on the ground or in the sky, has their own special way to shine. He didn't need feathers or wings to feel the joy of movement and freedom. All he needed was to be himself. From that day on, whenever Felix saw the birds flying high above, he would smile. He no longer wished to trade places, but celebrated the gifts that made him unique. And as he raced through the forest, the wind at his side, Felix flew in his own remarkable way, faster than the wind, with a heart as light as the sky. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this L&E channel for more fun and inspiring videos.